Okay, we're back today. We're going to look at a drop Ogee offset. Now, previously we looked at a drop elbow. Now we're going to look at this one here. And this one's really much simpler. There's nothing different in the layout itself. It's in the blank size calculation. So because it's sloping, it's going to get a little longer, but we'll see that in a minute. So again, we're looking at 8 by 8. First number, of course, our width we see here. Changing, not in the 8 here, not changing in the width what we see in this view, but we're dropping. Okay, let's add one more indicator, and again, down 4. Like our elbow that we looked at, it can rise, it can drop, it can be on center. So various combinations or various ways we can see that fit in depending on the situation. So this one flat on bottom, it's going to drop down 4 inches. So okay, so that's what we're looking at. This one's going the other way. Of course, if we look at it this way, it matches. Okay, so we're swiping down in the offset side, and we're dropping in the wrapper side. If we look at the flat cheek, again, we're always going to start with blank size calculations, cheek size, and we have, and we'll leave off seams and stuff like that. The opening, 8 plus the offset is 4, and our length is 12. So our cheek size becomes 12 by 12. Right? Now, when we look at that, that's going to be for the flat cheek, for the bottom. If we look at what the top cheek is going to do, it's dropping down, we know that. We know this distance here is 12. Okay, for our length, and that gives us our flat cheek. So what we need to do for the top is use Pythagoras. And what we know is that a squared plus b squared equals c squared. So there's my little triangle. I got 12 here, I got 4 here. And if I run that through, 12 5/8. So we have now a distance here of 12 5/8. So we've grown 5/8 of an inch based off the flat one. Okay, so our second cheek size, so our blank size for our drop cheek is going to be 12 5/8 by 12. And really, that's the difference. Like I said, there's going to be no difference in the layout at all. So I'm just going to scrub that one out. So again, 12 inches on the flat gives us 12 5/8 on the slope. Now, when we actually go to lay that one out, we have some formulas that we're going to use. We have our center line radius formula, offset squared plus length squared divided by 4 times the offset. Because our length has changed, we have to use a different number in here now. So again, the layout's the same, but our radius point is going to be slightly different because of this length now. Because of the adjustment here, the extra length, we got to lay that out with using that as our calculations. When we look at, there's multiple ways we do that, and we can refer back to level 1 video on the actual layout of it. But we're going to draw our figure out. We're going to mark our openings. We're going to mark our center lines. We can use geometric construction and bisect that center line. Or again, we can use mathematics, take our formula here, and from center we're going to come out with some radius point. And that's going to be maybe here somewhere. Once we have that, we can set our dividers to that point and then swing all these arcs from there, and then end up with our Ogee. So literally, it's going to be exactly the same layout. It's only in the calculation of the cheek size where it varies for an Ogee offset. Thanks.